Yeah, welcome to the Basement Sports Network Miami Dolphins pregame show, where today we're going to be talking about a game that is, I mean, isn't this just so Miami Dolphins where your entire season comes down to the last game of the season against a division opponent, and that opponent is going to be the New York Jets, who are also on the skid themselves. But like we said earlier, like this is no gimme game for them. And to make matters worse, the Dolphins will be without Tua, they'll be without Teddy, and so they will either have Skyler or Mike Glennon uh, helming the offense with their season on the line. So I'm your host, Roy A. Shepard, and I'm joined today by my man's JMV. JMV, how are you today?
We're good. We're good. The press is shit. I've been pushing the whole year. I've been pushing the agenda of this is not the same old Miami Dolphins on shit. At the end, it turned out to be not worse than the Miami Dolphins we've ever seen.
No, for sure, because it's not worse because from
What,
the outside
bro?
looking
When
in,
have you
I'm
seen?
becoming. Hold on. Outside looking in, as a person who's becoming a Miami Dolphins fan, this is just kind of. But I've always watched. It seems like a regular Miami Dolphins season. I guess the lone difference would be that you guys have never put yourselves at so high, like number one seed, 8-3, only for it all to come crashing down. We're also joined on the panel by my guy, Sports Vibe 305, Nando. Nando, how you doing today, my boy?
Listen, man, by this point in time, usually when the Dolphins take L's on Sunday, bro, usually say like now, like no, but like I'm numb. But then Wednesday, I start to get a little optimistic going into Sunday. I ain't even going to hold you. But the optimism, it ain't even fucking there this week, bro.
It wasn't there last week.
It
wasn't there last week.
But sometimes that I kind of like it happened Thursday where I was like, you know what, maybe we could win with Teddy. Maybe I'm 50-50. This time, listen, man, my confidence is like at an all-time low, bro. Like, what the fuck? 8-8 again. This is always the story with our Dolphins.
Yeah, so that's kind of like that's been I guess one of the more interesting things about this season is that for all the hoopla surrounding this team earlier on, like it's still ending up in the same place. So like we customarily do, like we're going to go back before we go forward. So JMV, I'm going to ask you this, bro. How did we get here? How did we go from such a high with this team to essentially we're in the same position that we were in every year prior to this?
Oh, I mean, honestly, I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, injuries aside, we have a lot of injuries. That's something. I know everybody's going to make this about Tua, and they're going to make this about, he shit the bed against the 49ers and the Chargers. And I get that he deserves the blame for those games, but like the whole crashing down of the Miami Dolphins is not all on Tua. We have a lot of problems that go much higher than what the quarterback has given us this year. Our pass defense is atrocious. Our secondary in general is atrocious. Our linebackers are atrocious. We can stop the run, but what does that fucking matter when teams can just air it out all game against us? It does nothing, With our special teams is non-existent all year. We're ranked 32nd in that bitch. Our kickers constantly missing field goals. Missed them the last 2 weeks, and we lost by less than a field goal, ironically. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Bills game. So, I mean, we have a lot of problems. And then, the clock management, Mike takes forever, apparently, to get the play in. It doesn't matter who's under helm, whether it be Tua or Teddy or Skyler. We're burning through timeouts throughout the entire game at rapid pace. Like, we're start of the second quarter, we got no fucking timeouts left. I don't get it. I really don't. The clock management is atrocious. What else? I mean, Nando can hop in here. The offensive line is still dog shit, bro.
I got you. Don't tell Nando to stop texting and then immediately text me. Don't text me, bro. Don't text me while I'm hosting. Shout out to the boy Kai Chisholm. But no, I want to give you a little something back, JMV, because you said you glossed over the issues that Tua's had this season, and then you said like he wasn't the only issue, and then you proceeded to list out every other issue that this team has shown, but you did not circle back around to Tua at all. I want you to tell me what Tua's role has been in the downfall of this season. Because
Tua had two terrible games in the 49ers game and the Chargers game. But I mean, again, from something I've been saying throughout the entire season, when we can't And this excludes the 49ers game because we were actually running the ball that game very efficiently. But when you can't run the ball, you're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That's not an excuse for Tua.
You're doing it again, though. But you're. I didn't ask you about the offense. I asked you about Tua and Tua's role.
I mean, whatever you want to say, the Dolphins are still ranked top 4 in every statistical category possible for a quarterback. So, like, quarterback production.
Tua's role in the downfall of this season is my question, JMV. Not how good Tua's been or why it's not Tua's fault. What has his role been? Because he has had some.
What do you want me to tell you? The man got a second concussion or third concussion this year. That's worrisome. I mean, there's concerns when it comes to Tua. Nando's got him. I got him. Jay's got him. Kai's got him. I mean, you probably got more than all 4 of us combined, but we all got concerns when it comes. Juan, who will join us shortly, has got more concerns than all 5 of us combined. Like I'm not saying there's no concerns with Tua, but I'm saying everybody's gonna make this about Tua and the spiral of the Dolphins going down. It's not all on Tua. You can throw a part of it on Tua. Yes, he fucked the 49ers game. He fucked the Chargers game. He got embarrassed on national television in front of all the holes. Like it is what it is. Justin Herbert destroyed him. He looked everything that we wanted to see out of Tua. We got nothing. And Justin Herbert gave us everything we've been seeing for 3 fucking years. Straight checkdowns, and we couldn't do anything about it. And then one really pretty throw downfield, which, I mean, Justin Herbert's arm is something else. But that's, getting away from the point. When you talk about the Bills, Tua played good enough to win that game, and we didn't. We have a lot of problems on this team. And then the week after the Packers game, Tua looked all pro in the first half. And then we get to the second half, and nobody picked up on his concussion, apparently. I mean, it's not even hypothetical. He is concussed. And he looked worse than Zach Wilson did in the second half. Shit. I don't even think I ever saw Chad Henne look that bad at quarterback against even the top defenses in the NFL. So the second half, you went from seeing like Tua's arguably one of his best performances of his career in the first half against the Packers to damn near his worst in the second half. Like in a matter of fucking 15 minutes in the halftime. That's what happened. It was terrible.
No, check. I do not miss you. I want to make sure that I'm clear about what I was doing just then. I did not want to paint. I do not want to paint the this is Tua's fault narrative with this conversation. I just want to make sure that I give you an opportunity to voice the criticism that you have of Tua, so people don't look at you like you are a Tua lover, because I know that not to be the case. You wait back there in the back. Don't look at the camera in disgust. Let me bring my boy up here. One of the most famous ski mask men of the basement, the boy, Juan Cardona. You gonna pull it out one time.
Yo.
I'm finna ask that on this question, but I want you to listen to it because it's coming to you next. But before I do that, I want to thank Jose A. Lucas, my guy, for the $5 dono. He said Kyle Shanahan had 2 horrible losing seasons.
You didn't have a top 5 quarterback.
McDaniel needs time to clear out the virus in Miami. I thought that was part of what this offseason was.
The virus but
wait, Juan, we're gonna let it get to you. Nando, so the same question that I asked JMV. From going from number 1 seed in the AFC, 8-3, to same old position that the Dolphins are always in. How did we get here?
I mean, well, we got here by McDaniel, a little bit of McDaniel, getting out-coached in San Francisco. Then same thing in the Chargers game. I thought Tua played terrible, so we got there because of head coach and quarterback. Had a decent game in Buffalo, gave us some hope, like, all right, maybe we turn things around. Gave us hope all the way in the first half of that Green Bay game, and then, boom, something else happens. Therefore, it was a concussion by Tua. Is that the reason why he threw 3 picks? Listen, I don't know, but the fact that that's a possibility, it concerns me. The fact that we don't know if our quarterback's going to be out there healthy. And with that being said, he's our quarterback. Is he the best quarterback that we've had since I've watched? Yeah, he is. But I need my quarterback on the field when you pay this much money to your team and have this much talent surrounding them. And if durability is going to be a question mark, we are in this position right now because of Tua, pretty much. It sucks. Yes, concussion, you can't force it. I understand it, but his durability is an issue. It's always been an issue. And we are here because a little bit of Mike McDaniel and a little bit of Tua. I think it's 50-50. Yes, the defense, there's injuries. Byron Jones, don't get me wrong. But those two are the the leaders. Those two are the reasons why we don't have a better record at the end of the day. So you can nitpick about the defense, but I think you got to hold head coach and Tua the most accountable.
Well, I lean more so towards your opinion than I do JMV's. I'm gonna do the same thing to your ass. You got to give Boyer and that defense some smoke, bro, because they have been horrific. Like you cannot pass the buck off to Jess McDaniel and Tua and not talk about some of the flaws that the defense has shown or some of the ways that they've lost games for the Miami Dolphins this year.
Fair enough. Those DBs are out there tackling without even knowing where the hell the ball is. So, I mean. Yeah, they get a big cut as well. I would say those three. But Juan, I know Juan's waiting to get in here.
I know he's chopping at a bit, but it's like what Juan's gonna say is no surprise to anybody. So
I
like,
think it might surprise some people. Might surprise some people.
We'll see. But what Juan's gonna say probably not gonna surprise very many people. But it's just like it's why leave it up in suspense? Juan, tell me, how did the Miami Dolphins get from 8-3 to 8-8 with a potential to go 8-9 and miss out on the playoffs?
Stephen Ross is a bitch. So, like, I've really thought a lot about this. Like, I can't blame McDaniel because McDaniel got us to 8-3. I can't blame Tua because Tua got us to 8-3. Where shit to me starts to get a little iffy is Greer sending the house for Chubb. The defense thinking we were just going to have the same one as last year. And I just think Stephen Ross needs to have a little more manpower or decision-making or just be a CEO because he left the quarterback decision to his next head coach, which he didn't even know who it was. He let the head coach decide who was the defensive coordinator. And then after that, we all bought into Tua, and rightfully so, because he was playing at a very high level. But we all bought into Tua so much that we absolutely forgot that he's injury prone before the concussions. And we sent the house for a player that, I'm going to just call it what it is. Like, elite 26-year-old pass rushers do not touch the market. Bradley Chubb is not elite. So to me, it's like a collective shitfuck where I don't know who to blame. And for the first time in my life, I'm really looking at the Dolphins like, where do we go from here? And maybe this is like way bigger picture because obviously we got a game and we got to talk about the Jets week. But like, we have no money, we have no picks, and we're gonna fire.
I think I saw. I didn't want to interrupt, but I think I saw. Bro, I honestly don't remember who it was, so I can like cite the source. But there was a way that we can create like 65 million, which is not a lot of money. But it is money for you to be able to do something in the offseason. But
correct.
It's more like bandages than anything.
But what is it that you do?
We're stripping the defense.
Well, I mean, Byron Jones got to go anyways. Jerome Baker got to go anyways.
Which is fair. But as currently stands, we're $6 million negative with 33 players on the roster for next year.
Yeah, and Byron Jones hasn't played a game, so he can go.
That math thing ain't mathing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I just don't see how you go and try to fire Greer when we're just going to be back into the cycle of Dolphins where it's fire the GM, get the coach, fire the coach, get the GM, and it's never a clean house. It's never a concise plan. It's never like the Giants when they got Brandon Beane and they got Dable, and look at them boys now. Like, it just never a plan, and there's never an execution for it. Like, let's be real, we stumbled into tank for Tua, and we won games we weren't supposed to, and we fell into Tua. But then it's like, what do we do now? Like, the defense is a mess. Like, are we going to rely on cornerbacks or are we going to rely on pass rushers? The O-line is still a god-awful mess. Running backs, like, are we really trusting Mostert and Jeff Wilson for 16 or 17 games? And that's even before we talk about Tua and really the quarterback room. Like, we're going to have to invest heavy money into a backup. It's not going to be like Gardner Minshew. It's not going to be Teddy Bridgewater. Like, we're going to need a Jimmy G. We're going to need a Derek Carr. We're going to need a quarterback that can actually win us games because we're going to miss Tua for 5 games every year no matter what. So, like,
if you get in a situation where you're bringing Derek Carr into the game, like, you're gonna have a real problem on your hands.
But that's what I'm saying, though, bro. I don't know where this team turns to at this point. Like even if we clean house, who wants these jobs? Like, I get it. There's only 32 of these jobs, but who's gonna want to come in and say, I already have to deal with the quarterback and the head coach already being pre-selected? I don't even have a stamp on my team until 2024 because of picks and because of lack of money. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. You could maybe try to sell somebody that Tua is the top 5 guy and make it work or whatever it is, but we're in a shit fuck, and we're literally arguing about ping pong tables on Twitter. Like, it's just, it's a mess. It's literally a mess. It really is. Like,
so I think you bring up a lot of interesting things. Like, first of all, I did not expect for you to go to Stephen Ross. That was not he was not on my to-do list at all of Juan things to slander. So shout out to Juan for surprising me. Second of all, I never even really looked at the Dolphins as being in a position where they have no direction. They seem like they picked a direction last year, and it was like, we're going to lean into this offensive shit. So you go get Tyreek. You already have Waddle. You know, you try and put pieces around Tua. Your defense can take a step back. You got help on the offensive line. So that's trending towards building something where you can become an offensive powerhouse. Has it worked out that way? No, it hasn't. But that seems to be where you're trending. JMV, I kind of want to toss that to you, though. Like, do you see the Dolphins as kind of like a rudderless team, or do you see a direction or kind of like a plan as to where this could be headed?
Well, I mean, there's really no way to answer that question. I mean, if you want me to answer as a fan, like, the direction would be to win now.
Put me as a host.
Hypothetically speaking, the direction would be, win now. But, like, if you sit down and you see the roster, and I mean, all the problems that the three of us have mentioned from the offensive line is not like one problem. There's multiple problems in that offensive line. And like, the only team I've ever seen in my goddamn life that has fixed an offensive line in 1 year was the Chiefs. And they hit on 3 fucking picks in one offseason. Like, they hit on 3 of them. They hit on a damn 7th round pick. Like, that shit just doesn't happen. They don't grow on trees. And I've never seen the Dolphins have a great offensive line. So I have, for if we get one good offensive lineman in an offseason, bro, that's a bonus. So it's going to take us 3 off seasons at this rate to have a good offensive line, because we got 3 problems there. That's just a start.
But see, you can't wait. You don't have 3 offensive seasons. Kind of like you said, y'all need to win now. Because 3 years, Tyreek Hill ain't going to be
So where I'm getting at is there's no winning now. Like, we don't have a run game. Like, Wilson and Mostert, they're just bandages. If you talk about the long run, they're just bandages, and they have injuries concerns as it is, just like our quarterback does.
Like our left tackle does.
Tyreek Hill, our left tackle as well.
In the interim, they look like fixes because they're better than Myles Gaskin and Savon Ahmed. But like, in actuality, what you're talking about is spot on. How they're just bandages, kind of for a larger issue in terms of the run game.
It's 2 backup running backs what we got at running back, and they're splitting the carries. Yep. It's really what it is. We don't have a power back. We brought in Ingold to help block. Offensive line is still dog shit. Tyreek Hill's turning 29. He relies on his speed to get open. I don't know how much longer you're gonna have Tyreek Hill. You really can't wait 3 years. Like, if you bring in a Tyreek Hill, it is win now. Yep. And this team has a lot of holes that we were all hoping the offense would help plug some of the holes that the defense had, because we knew the defense was gonna have problems. I don't think any of us, maybe Juan and Kendall only, thought it would be this bad. No, because they were on it all off season that this defense is dog shit.
I'm glad you said him. I'm glad you said him and Kendall, and not included Threat in that category, because Threat got swept up in the love fest too. Like, he got romanced. He got romanced into that intoxicating feeling too, bro.
Yeah, they were on it all off season that this defense is dog shit. But like, as we were saying, the running backs and the offensive line, and then like, you just now flip the script and go to the defensive side of the ball. Every linebacker on this roster is dog shit. Like, it is what it is. They all suck. Jerome Baker got a $55 million contract, and he's not worth half of that shit. Our pass rush still doesn't get home on 4 pass rushers. Or the whole secondary's ass. Xavien Howard is washed.
Y'all drafted a linebacker.
We drafted a wide receiver too. Neither one can see the field.
Like, what happened there?
I don't know what happened to Zakama. Yeah, you're talking about Tyndall.
Yeah.
I know. I had him on my ultimate team. That's the only reason
I saw him on the field against the Ravens.
Watching y'all play.
I saw him on the field against the Ravens. He couldn't keep up with Lamar Jackson. That's all I remember.
I think they tried to QB him one time with Justin Fields.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
And I haven't seen him on the field since.
That's not an indictment.
Didn't they try against Pickett also?
Not to be able to, but that's not an indictment against a football player not to be able to keep up with Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields. That's not a reason for him not being on the field.
And Royal, because you're a Packers, I'll bring it up. Like it was that Georgia defense was elite. And it was really Quay Walker and Channing Tindall. We thought we got something close to Quay Walker, who's been a beast for Green Bay.
It's not.
Close.
It's not close.
It's not, and it's not like we have studs in front of him. We can't let him on the field. Like it's just, we don't play him. We really don't. And I don't know. I really don't know. We have an injury-prone quarterback being protected by an injury-prone left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's no backup plan for either one. Like we keep hoping Jacoby Brissett and Teddy Bridgewater will win us 1 or 2 games, but it's like.
But this is circling me around to Marcus's comment, Nando, where it's like when you have a team full of imperfections, what is the one position that can cover up a multitude of holes? Like quarterback. Mm-hmm. And so it's like I know people don't want to give up on Tua, but if you talk like we're talking about your team needing to win now, you can get a quarterback.
I don't want to get into the listen, don't take this as a defense. Bro, I'm not coming in the defense of Tua here. All right, but I know there's a damn good quarterback.
We need it if you are.
No, I'm not trying to say it as in the defense of Tua, but the reason I disagree with this, there's a damn good quarterback near great, if not great already in LA, and he's missed to make the playoffs in back-to-back seasons to start his career despite playing elite level quarterback play. Because his defense is dog shit and his offensive line was dog shit. It wasn't about the weapons. He had them. It wasn't about the run game. So, when you're talking about a team winning games, bro, we've won games. We've won more games than Justin Herbert won games.
Oh, that's what you're talking about, Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I can't say quarterback.
I see your Justin Herbert argument, and I raise you the Aaron Rodgers argument, whose team was dog shit and is dog shit, and yet he has been able to find a way to get us in the same position as the Dolphins right now.
I mean, yes.
He has covered up some of the holes of that team. That's the only argument.
I don't want to say the whole classy, but it's Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to go out there and say that, but
that's what I'm saying. An elite quarterback, which you guys can put together a package.
And not for nothing though, JMV, but
I mean, do we take into consideration the NFC is not good?
Yeah.
But Herbert's in the AFC, right? Herbert.
No, I know he's in the top.
A left tackle for almost the entire year. Lost J.C. Jackson. Lost Bosa.
No, but what I'm saying, I get all of that. But what I'm saying is the quarterback. We can't say the quarterback can just all the deficiencies the teams have, hide them. At the end of the day,
all of them.
Green Bay's got the same fucking record the Dolphins got. We're both 8-8.
But I think
it's different 8-8. Hold on,
because Green Bay ain't start 8-3.
No, I feel that.
And on top of that, we aren't looking for a franchise quarterback. We got our quarterback and asking him to answer cover up for the holes. The Dolphins cannot do that. And before I let you go, I want to let Nando jump in here because he looked like he was ready to say something.
No, yeah, I think based on the team that we have right now, this is no longer Brian Flores ran defense. You know what I'm saying? So you can get away with subpar quarterback play if you have a top defense, elite defense, just like the 49ers are doing right now and things like that. But based on the way, hey man, that young kid doing his thing, man, he's getting wins, bro. But right now, based on the way our team is constructed, an elite quarterback would definitely do the job. That'll put up the defense could be the defense what it is. But if you have an elite quarterback that's available, I think this team could take off. And that's what I would love is that's where you're going at. I know there was a couple names thrown out there. I don't know if we want to touch that, but an elite quarterback, I would definitely love an elite quarterback.
I don't really want to lean too far in that direction. I don't want to go there now because we got a game that we need to talk about. I think what the general sentiment that we're trying to convey here is that it's the quarterback don't need to fix every hole, but sometimes you with a team like the Dolphins, y'all need a quarterback that's going to go out there and sometimes win you a game.
Yeah.
Like when everything's going wrong, you need your quarterback to go out there and win you a game. And I think at this stage of his career, like Tua has shown the ability to be able to do that in some cases, but sometimes just not consistently. And then in like these big moment games, he has not done that for y'all as of yet. It's not that he can't, it's just that he hasn't. And so with a team that's built to win now, you can't have those questions up in the air. One, I'm gonna let you jump in before we go ahead and start talking about this next game.
No, it was really just emphasizing that we're like, you know, we met Tua in a national championship game, like throwing the game-winning touchdown in overtime. I don't know what's happened to where the lights are showing, the hoes are watching, and Tua's flopping. Like I don't get it. And it's like, it's not even that it's subpar play, bro. It's like 10 of 28 is historically bad. Like that's Nathan Peterman numbers, bro. Like these are not numbers that you excuse as just one bad game. And that's like my biggest thing with Tua. It's like the highs are too highs and the lows are too lows. And it's like we can't live and die off an offensive team with a quarterback that is like that. And it's not even that there's other quarterbacks. It's like Kai mentioned it. Elite quarterbacks do not fall off of trees. They really don't. They don't literally just pop up out of nowhere and get ready to be traded. But there needs to be some type of competition or something.
There are some quarterbacks where you know that their floor isn't what you've been seeing out of your quarterback. Like there are some quarterbacks that on their worst day, like there's a level that they're going to play at, and it hasn't been as low as some of the play that we've seen from Tua. So I can tell you one thing, like it might feel like a little bit of Tua slander going on right here, but I guarantee you damn sure gonna miss him on Sunday. The Dolphins are taking on the Jets with a potential playoff spot on the line. The Jets have lost same amount, 5 straight. Yeah, they got a quarterback carousel, but I think Mike White starting their quarterback. Juan, we're gonna start with you. I want to know kind of not where you see the game going, but where do the Dolphins have an advantage going into this week, considering everything that's going on? Like, where do the Dolphins have an advantage over the Jets this week? Fuck that boy up one time, man. Go ahead. Say good things about the Miami Dolphins, Juan.
Bro, just like we're the Miami Dolphins, they're the New York Jets.
I like the Jets roster a lot more than most.
You said what, bro? Juan, what you said?
Yeah. I said I like the Jets roster a lot more than most.
Me too.
Especially because our true advantage is our wide receivers, right? But if Skyler's throwing the ball, I don't feel that confident in that. And Sauce has been pretty good.
Elite.
I don't know, dog. I don't see any advantage we have. Like, I can't tell you kicking team. I can't tell you special teams. I'm not telling you defense. Like, I'm not telling you O-line. Like, quarterback, Mike White versus Skyler. Like, I feel bad trying to judge who's better. Like, I feel like it's like flip a coin. Like, I do not see how we pull off this win. I really don't. And it just feels even more fitting the fact that the Jets are 7-9 and we're 8-8, and we're somehow going to end up third in the division behind the Jets.
That is a puke-worthy statement. Nando, tell me what advantage do you see that the Dolphins have over the Jets come Sunday?
Man, I like Juan actually like this Jets roster. I remember when we played them earlier this year, we were talking in the preview show, and me and Juan were kind of like the only ones that were like giving the Jets a little bit of credit back then. This Jets team has improved since then. I mean, they whipped our ass because we talked right before that. This defense is legit, bro. They've shown that they can ball. Their offense is a little bit shaky, but our defense is terrible. So where is there an advantage, man? I honestly don't know. I know Breece Hall killed us. He's not playing now because he tore his ACL. Praise out to him. I guess that's our advantage, the fact that we're not going against Breece Hall. Maybe the fact that the Jets don't want the Patriots to get into the playoffs because they hate the Patriots probably a little bit more than us. So maybe they blow a game. That's about it. But I don't think there's anything where we say, oh, yeah, we have an advantage there because their defense is top notch. Sauce Gardner is legit. He does play on one side, I believe. I don't think he moves around. So that's it. But I'm not confident. If the New York Jets want to win this game and play serious, play for their head coach and play to spoil, I can definitely see that being a possibility against Skylar Thompson. Like, no doubt.
Yeah, and the fact that y'all gonna have Cater Kohu guarding probably Garrett Wilson. That's not going.
Well, I like Cater. I like Cater. Cater has been a find because I'll be honest. If we don't find Cater,
y'all got Keon. Y'all got Keon crossing out there, DB1, and shit get ugly real fast. JMV, tell me what the advantages the Dolphins have over the New York Jets.
Bro, there is no advantage. Like what I was gonna say is just like we're the Miami Dolphins. They're the New York Jets. Like our only advantage is like the Jets will Jets, and hopefully the Dolphins don't Dolphin. Like that's really the only advantage you can point out. There's Juan said it best, bro. There's special teams. The Jets got that. The run game, the Jets got that. Like the only advantage we got is receivers and Jaylen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. But like that's not to talk shit about the Jets receiving core. They have a phenomenal receiving core. Just much younger and not like, superstar names like we got. But aside from receiving, the Jets got us beat in every single statistical category. Like you go marking the box one by one, it's all Jets. Pass rush, Jets. Pass coverage, Jets. The secondary, Jets. Special teams, Jets. Bro, like
shit.
Everything is Jets. So like I'm literally here just praying that the Jets were Jets. Or hopefully the sun is 150 fucking degrees on Sunday, and they have a Buffalo Bills in week 3. Aside from that, I don't see how we win this game.
And that's why this spread is at 1 in favor of the damn Jets, and we're at home. There goes to show you.
That boy could. So we're going in opposite directions. So JV, I'm gonna start with you this one time.
Hold on. Bro, why were you giggling?
Because the man was talking about how the Jets go Jet, and he hoped the Dolphins don't Dolphin.
Oh, I thought you was laughing at Cap's comment because I found out.
I ain't even read Cap comment. What he said? He said if Mac Jones, Herbert, Justin Herbert, Kenny Pickett, Trevor Lawrence, Mr. Irrelevant, and Brian Flores all make the playoffs, and we don't. We need to have a long discussion, my friend.
Oh my God, that's a fact.
Listen. It's very hard to make this conversation about the list of people that have been talked about in comparisons to Tua, because a lot of them have taken steps forward and now they're leading their teams to the playoffs. And we're still having a similar conversation about Tua, about his injury concerns and stuff like that. But like I said, we're going to have to throw in a Dolphins show that doesn't center around games so that we can have these other outside discussions. Y'all get in Juan inbox and talk to him about stuff like that. Don't DM me. I don't care about your opinions. This is a Dolphin stream. I'm doing it because I love these guys. I forgot where I was going. Oh, no. I'm starting with JMV because now I want to talk about some of your biggest areas of concern. Like, what's your biggest concern for the Miami Dolphins this week?
The whole roster. Top to bottom.
Bro, you can't just...
I got no ball.
Bro, no, all jokes aside, I know like Dolphins fans don't want to hear this and shit, but like their pass rush is very good. Our offensive line is not good. I saw Liam Eichenberg try to block Brandon Shell in this last game against the Patriots and just let I can't even say that with a straight face, bro.
Bro, like, I saw a check down to Alec Ingle with a club in his hand.
Oh my God. You can't make this.
Like, if they fire McDaniel, I'm gonna replay that play as the reason he got fired. I swear on everything.
Bro, it's just horrible, man. Like for real, like their pass rush is like the Jets have a really good group of talented individuals on defense from Quinn and Williams all the way to the secondary. That group is gonna be a problem for a long time. And we have 6 weeks in a row, I think it is, that we've been having problems on the offensive end. We got our third string quarterback back there, inconsistent run game. O-line, I'm not even going to get there anymore. Tight ends can't block for shit. They're going to get put on their ass by any DB that gets at them. And like, bro, I don't see, like, the Jets have to jet, bro. There's no way that we win this game. Like, outright. There's no way we come out here from the moment the coin toss is thrown and we dominate this game. There's no way.
That feels exactly like what's going to happen because of the way you're talking about the Dolphins. It's the Dolphins. This is what they do, bro. Like the minute that y'all think they're going to come out here and fall flat on their face, Skyler's going to throw for 400 yards. And you're going to be like.
Then every single one of us on this panel, let's vote for an L. That's all I want.
Vote like whether or not the Dolphins are going to win.
Yeah, reverse jinx, man. It says something's got to give.
Oh, wait, we gotta ease into that, JMV, brother. There's a flow and cadence to the show. We gonna get there. Don't even worry about it. We gonna get there. Nando, what's your biggest concern going into Sunday?
My biggest concern is, can Skylar Thompson get the ball to Tyreek Hill enough to catch the defense by surprise? Because I'm concerned if he can throw the deep ball and he could throw the deep ball efficiently. I do not want to see just a bunch of like short passes of Tyreek Hill, because I think the Jets are going to be all over that. They're going to be putting pressure to the quarterback, and the short passes, they're going to be ready for it. I think we have to be ready to take some deep shots, and just I hope he has a better game plan for Skylar Thompson. I'm curious to see. I know he can run with his legs a little bit, so I'm interested to see what Mike McDaniel draws up. But that's what concerns me. It's like, will we be able to take enough advantage of having a guy like Tyreek Hill on our roster? Because that's the only way we win this game is if he has a Tyreek Hill type of damn game, which he's damn sure capable of. I think you give him all the targets you need to. Like, this is win or go home pretty much. So can Skylar get him the ball in the right spots to catch the defense by surprise? If not, we're in for a long one.
And can he find them? I saw him miss Trent Sherfield wide open.
That's what I'm saying. Can he throw deep and stuff like that? None of the short shit. I think the Jets are going to be all over that short little check down bullshit that he was doing. Can Skylar make the defense pay over the top to Tyreek Hill especially? I think we set the tone that way, especially early. That's the best bet. But if we start this game slow, I'm not liking that.
So you prefer them to start deep and then work their way back short, like take a shot early or something like that, and then
I think establishing that like right away, like punch them first. I like I would feel great about this team if we do that, But if we play too conservative to start a little bit and open up, I kind of want an aggressive little approach to begin this game. I ain't even gonna hold you at home. This fan base needs some shit. Like, yo, try something on that first drive. Like, set the tone. That's what I would like to see, man. I think we need like I said last week, like, yo, hand the ball off to Tyreek Hill or do some crazy shit like you did with Debo. The Jets won't be expecting that. Like, you got to throw the kitchen sink, bro. Kitchen sink game.
Jesus Christ. I'm fucking with it, though. Like, I'm fucking with it. Throw the kitchen sink at it. Like, you plan for your season at this point, so you got to make sure you do anything.
And maybe your job, too. Mike McDaniel, maybe your job.
That's sure. One. Tell me what you're most worried about.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know if it's because we have so many problems on this team that you guys just gave me like the easy layup. Bro, y'all know Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and Denzel Mims are gonna have to be covered by Keon Crossing, Xavien Howard, and Noah, I guess.
Oh, but this is every week.
I understand that, but
you go through the list of receivers we got to go through every week.
I just saw last week Garrett Wilson has 1,000 yards with Mike White, freaking Zach Wilson, and
Tim Tebow Jr.
Joe Flacco, and
Tim Tebow Jr.
Danny Trevathan. I don't know whatever his name was.
That's Tim
Tebow Jr. I just told you his name was.
Like, bro, like the dude is a beast, and I'm supposed to be fine with seeing Keon Crossing one-on-one with him. Like, nah, bro. Like, my PTSD is flashing, and I don't know how far back you guys can remember, but there was a year where Tannehill, where we were 8-6 and we just needed to win our last two games. It was versus the Vikings, lost, and then we had Geno come in and drop a 158.3 QB rating and completely end our season.
I remember that.
I have the biggest PTSD that is what we are going to see. Mike White coming back to the crib from Pembroke Pines, and he's just gonna ball. And that's where I'm at right now, man.
That's a good choice.
If you got PTSD, you probably should go get treated for that. And if you're going to get treated, you need to make sure you have some insurance, like the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, Simple Health Advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure you email them or give them a call today and tell them that the Basement sent you. Email, I got James Poe at jpoe@simplehealthadvisors.com, or give them a call at 321-345-7738. Again, that's 321-345-7738. Tell my dude that we sent you, and we appreciate the people over at Simple Health Advisors and our guy James Poe for sponsoring the Basement Sports Network. Let's start transitioning into some of this game, just like that elite transition I just had.
That was not I'm not even gonna hold you.
Hey, listen, folks. Every night, bro, y'all can catch it again one more time after that Miami Heat post-game show. Oh my God, 2 in a row. but yeah, y'all make sure y'all catch us on the post-game. We're doing the post-game tonight after the Heat played late as fuck. But yeah, we had 40 minutes. Let's start transitioning to this next game, which we already kind of did. But I want to know kind of the predictions to get into what JMV was kind of leading us towards. JMV, you going last, bro. You going last. I'll go first because I want to make JMV the person in the host seat. The Dolphins getting their ass kicked this weekend. That's not even a question in my mind. I think outside of quarterback, just like y'all have been alluding to, the Jets are infinitely more talented, like across the board in this game. Wide receiver, like offensive line, defensive line, like, well, maybe not. Y'all defensive line has a chance, but their defensive line is going to beat the shit out of whoever y'all put out there. And those wide receivers, your quarterbacks are going to get cooked all game long. So I agree with Nando too, where I think y'all should try and get on top of them early. Pause. But go deep. Pause. Give them the balls. Pause. I don't really know what else to say, but all I know is that y'all should try and make sure y'all run up the score. Like,
give me a score. Give me a score, OG.
Fuck it. I'm gonna say they beat y'all 21-10 because I don't think y'all put more than 10 on the board. Like, so Juan, we coming to you
close.
next.
We're close.
Real close. We're real
go
close. I'm 27-13 Jets, bro. I'm telling you, like I see it so visible in my mind. Mike White, the crib, Pembroke Pines, a bunch of number whatever jersey he wears, Garrett Wilson, that defense, the Dolphins being Dolphins. Not even gonna acknowledge that. I love you, Kai, but no. we're not dropping 31 with Skylar. Like, please, like
he said trust.
The only way the Dolphins win this.
That's what you need a quarterback.
Only way the Dolphins win this is 10-7.
Yeah, sorry, Nando. We're gonna just go ahead and skip over you.
Let's go to JMV. JMV, the only way they're gonna win is 10-7. What do you think is going to happen?
28-10.
With Jets, I guess.
Jets,
of course, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I picked the Patriots last week too. There was no way we were beating the fucking Patriots with Teddy Bridgewater in New England. No shot. Pick six. I got money off of that pick six.
But first of all, y'all was in the game with Teddy. Let's not do Teddy like that.
I can't do Teddy. Teddy got me money. Teddy got me money with the pick six, bro. I had a Patriots defensive touchdown anytime and a Teddy Bridgewater interception. He got me money in one play.
Oh, he got you big. Yeah, you probably going to eat with that money.
Teddy's good with me.
Nando, tell me what you think is gonna happen. And I got one more question for y'all after this.
It's so crazy because I actually really thought when y'all asked me Sunday, like, oh, are the Dolphins gonna get in? And I said, yeah. I actually felt optimistic, but with Teddy being out, thinking about this Jets defense, thinking about those wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, who's going to guard him? Because he's fast as hell. So if Mike White gets him the ball, and then Mike White had a bad game, forget it. He had a bad game. Now he has a chance to spoil the Dolphin season at the crib. Garrett Wilson, our DBs suck. They're running into players without even looking at the damn ball. I got no reason to be optimistic anymore. Not with a third-string quarterback. I know the Skylar Thompson hype was cute in the preseason and all, but we getting our ass kicked, man. 24-13. I don't think we put up more than 13 points.
Yeah,
we got our DBs are blocking each other, and our offensive linemen are blocking each other, bro.
That boy Keon crossing spearing motherfuckers on the sideline without looking for the ball. Lives in infamy.
That was literally a thought.
It lives in infamy in my head, bro. Like, I was like, are you playing?
Like, I felt his panic through the TV. Like,
Major right, bro. That's the only thing I thought about. This boy think he major right at cornerback, and it's blowing my mind. So, everybody predicting a loss. That means that we all believe that the Dolphins are going to finish the season 8-9. Somebody has to be fired if the Dolphins finish this season 8-9. Do agree or disagree, JMV? And if you agree, tell me.
You have to ask me after the season. I don't know where I stand yet. Where it comes to this, I know where you're heading towards. You're heading towards Mike McDaniel. Does Mike McDaniel have to be fired? I don't. I personally. I don't think.
Don't unveil my secrets in front of the whole crowd, JFV. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
Well, listen, Josh Boyer has got to be fired. So somebody's getting fired. But I know that's not your question. That was not your intentions with that question.
But it doesn't matter what my intentions were. I just want you to answer it the way that you want to answer it. If your answer is Josh Boyer, I'm cool with Josh Boyer.
Josh Boyer definitely has to be fired. Both of you, I need different names. Don't hop on Josh Boyer. I want a different name.
No. Because I'm. Go ahead, Nando. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nando, I want to get you. No, I'm ignoring you, Kachintism. I told you not to text me while I'm doing it. I will read them afterwards. But go ahead, Nando.
Hey, if we fall 8 and 9, that's 6 damn losses in a row. That's inexcusable. Whether it's in the season, during the season, whatever it is. But then 8 and 3, you finish with 6 losses? Nah, man. That ain't what we're trying to build out here, bro. That Flores didn't have me feeling like that. So I'm definitely having that conversation. I'm looking elsewhere for sure, 100%. And I think, listen, you can make the excuses. You could talk about the defense. I get it, but at the end of the day, you're a head coach. You can't have an 8 and 3 record, drop 6 in a row, and miss the playoffs. Not when you're signing all these guys that we talked about throughout this whole show, this whole season. Armstead, Tyreek Hill. Listen, the list goes on and on. Then you go all in to get Bradley Chubb. Listen, Greer's on the hot seat. I mean, hopefully Ross sells the team. Mike McDaniel's on the hot seat. A lot of people, I might fucking just go crazy and just mix up a bunch of shit there because the team is talented. The team as is has a lot of talent. Put the damn right coaches and put the damn right people, the right GM, and we could really be onto something here. But not the players. I'm good with the players, but this whole staff.
You're good with the players.
I am.
Nah.
Well.
The problem with the Dolphins is the talent is super talented, and the rest of the roster is so dog shit.
Nah, but you could, I think if
that's the way. That's how you do it.
I think if you got the right coaches in place, this team could really take off. No bullshit. If you get
not
Byron
with this
Jones
defense,
healthy,
this defense is.
I disagree.
Not talking like that when y'all were 8 and 3.
I disagree.
That's all I got.
I disagree.
Shit like that, JFV. I didn't hear shit like that when y'all were 8 and 3.
When we were talking about this, we didn't have all the injuries we had. It was just no Byron Jones.
Sure, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't hear like the rest of the roster outside of the top guys were dog shit when this team was 8 and 3. So I really don't want to hear it now. Like, it is what it is.
We were talking about this.
I don't care. I do not blame injuries.
No, I'm saying we were talking about the depth in the secondary throughout the entire preseason.
That's fair. The depth in the secondary is cool.
Unfortunately, it's what it fucking got to.
No, sure, but that's not the only thing that caused the demise. Injuries is not the only reason for your team to lose 6 straight. And so that's kind of where we going with this. Mm-hmm. One, who's being held accountable if this team goes 8 and 9?
I ain't gonna hold you, OG. I've been really thinking hard about this one because at 8 and 3, I already knew Boyer was getting fired, right? Mm-hmm. That was just off rap. It's a progression for me, right? 8 and 3, I already knew Boyer's getting fired. But then we traded for Chubb, and I think Greer has to be cut for that. He has to get fired.
That's out his death certificate.
And I don't see how you could say we went 9 and 8 last year. Added Tyreek, added Armstead, added enough offensive genius, and we lose one more game. Like I'm never one to say fire a coach after one season because it's just asinine to really do that.
And he's shown to his credit, he's shown like flashes of what you guys wanted from your head coach. He's shown flashes of offensive brilliance.
True, but it's come at the cost of undisciplined team. It's come at the cost of a defense that's gone completely left. Like, as bad as I thought they were going to be, I'll be honest, I didn't think they were going to be this bad. And it's like, I don't know, dog. I really think McDaniel would have to get fired.
I think
I'm never one to say clean house, but like the only reason why I'm really considering it at this point is like the biggest Dolphins mistake I feel like we make is always fire the GM, keep the coach. Next cycle, fire the coach, keep the GM. And it's just always this like back and forth where no one's ever on the same page and no one ever likes to work with each other. So it's like you're eventually gonna have to fire everybody. And if you're going to do it now with Tyreek, with Armstead, so that the next two come in and it's just whatever quarterback they want, they can do it. And move forward. Because right now, like you fire Greer and Boyer, you're telling your next GM, hey, you're stuck with Tua, you're stuck with McDaniel, deal with it. I think you got to fire everybody, man. If we finish 8-9, third in the division behind the Jets with all the talent we added, I've sold myself on the idea, to be honest.
So that means I heard Greer, Boyer, McDaniel, absolutely. Not in the case of everybody, but in JMV's case, McDaniel stays, which I think is the more likely scenario.
Me too.
It's like he stays whether
Where
or not they win or lose.
Where I'm at is Greer. Greer's got to go. And unfortunately, Stephen Ross is not going to sell the team, so that's very unfortunate. But in terms of more realism, Chris Greer's got to go. I'm not just going to fire Mike McDaniel because my next GM might not like Mike McDaniel, but you need to run these interviews not thinking about Mike McDaniel, like or Tua. Like it needs to, like, when you're going to hire the next GM, hire him because you think this is the guy that's going to change the trajectory of the franchise moving forward. And
but you still
wants to do.
I'm sorry, still that's to that point though. You still run into the same problem that Juan was just talking about.
Well, no, because before you would force him, you would force like the head coach, or you would force the quarterback into the head coach, vice versa. I'm not saying force or head coach or quarterback onto the GM. I'm saying you run the interviews with them and you pick the guy that you think is going to change the trajectory of this franchise and the shit we've been dealing with for 15 to 25 years. Even when Dan Marino was here, bro, we've been dealing with the shit forever. And he decides if I want to keep Mike McDaniel, if this is my coach, or if not. If he decides, no, I like this head coach, this is who I'm going to get, we didn't force him into anybody. You know, he decided this is the guy I like. Yeah, the guy that you have, the Miami Dolphins have, this is my head coach. We got other problems to deal with. If he decides to move on from Tua, fuck it. Move on from Tua. Figure it out. You know, whatever the GM wants to do at that point is what he wants to do. But definitely do not force anybody onto the next GM.
Yeah, so you think, like, if you fix the GM, then you can fix the team. Like, get the GM, let him clean house, and let the GM make the decision to clean house.
Well, Greer had a shot. Greer had a shot, and he fumbled the bag.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, in your opinion, you think right now, like, if Greer's gone, you hire a GM, and then let the GM make these decisions about whether to keep McDaniel, whether to keep Tua, and move forward that way.
Well, it's going to start at the top. Every foundation starts at the top. It is, like, you know, it's how it is. Everything in terms of in sports is going to start at the top of the list, whether it be with the president or. So yeah, we need to get that right. We don't got it right. Chris Greer had 2 chances, technically last season to this season, and he fumbled the bag twice. I mean, Boyer's got to go regardless. Juan was right, Nando's right, Kendo, everybody knows it. Boyer's got to go.
No to Louis Riddick, because I do not need another Mike Mayock. I need experience, and I need someone who's going to know what the hell they're doing.
Right, not somebody who gets
not a yes man. Not a yes man.
Yeah,
please.
Not somebody who's going to get on TV and just say what people want him to say.
Yeah.
Any final words before we wrap this up? Juan? Nando?
No. I'm scared.
It's okay. It's coming whether y'all want to or not. JMV, any last words?
Play it.
All right. So, thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my fellas JMV, Nando, and Juan for pulling up with me. We'll see y'all last after Sunday's game. One of y'all say the Dolphins thing so that I don't have to say it. It's going to make me puke.
Fins up.
There we go. Play the video, Justin.